a wild event in Boston. Let's take a look at what happened.
Breaker 5622, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Runway 27, clear for takeoff, Breaker 5622.
You know what? I could really use some pilot's perspective about this one. Let me see if I can get somebody on the phone. Hey, Steve.
Oh, hey, Kenny, Steve. Hey, Kenny, how are you?
You got a minute? Can you come help me out?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I can help you out. Yeah, man, no problem. How you doing?
Good to see you again.
What's up?
Take a look at this.
Okay.
Little airborne wilding in Logan.
American 3161, runway 27, line up and wait, traffic lands 33 left. 27, line up and wait, American 3161.
Yeah, this is interesting. They're threading the needle in Boston, and
Boss, Delta 2351, Nimoy for 33 left.
okay, so he's
Delta 2351 Boston Tower, runway 33 left, clear to land, traffic holds, runway 27.
So he's cleared Delta to land on 33 left.
33 left.
And he's put American into position or line up and wait, right, on 27. So they're going to intersect it at some point. What could go wrong with this? I want to hear from your perspective in a minute, but let's let it go.
33 left, fine, I'll find it. Jet 692, Tango Mike Foxtrot, hold short 4 left, call ground plan.
Tango Mike Fox, short upper left, and ground jet 692.
Right, normal stuff at Boston.
Yep.
Right, so far.
Plan 1, depart 1.
Yep.
JetBlue 693, Boston Tower, cross runway 27, traffic hold.
Cross 27, JetBlue 793.
All right, he's clearing everybody.
Yep, little 33 left departure to add a little spice.
Yeah.
Breaker 5622, counting Boston departure, good night.
Departure, good day, Breaker 5622.
Okay, can you pause it for a second?
Absolutely.
So at this point, from the tower, I call it threading the needle. You probably have a different name for it. But at this point, you got takeoffs, landings. Do you guys get in a rhythm?
Absolutely. You're always, and it's easier because it's the short end of the intersection.
Uh-huh.
It's not like you're doing it at the long end and you have to like really watch the spacing. This is the short end. Somebody goes through the intersection, you clear somebody for takeoff. Okay. And then timing wise, if everybody's spaced 3 miles apart, should work perfectly.
All right. Very good.
American 3161, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, American 3161.
Okay, so he's cleared for takeoff on runway 27.
Yep.
Delta's been cleared to land on
Good speed
33.
82, whatever, Tango, give me good speed, traffic on a mile quarter final behind you.
Okay, stop it right there, because that's so we didn't hear from that guy. It's good speed, but that was an airplane that was in between Delta that he cleared to land and the runway.
Right.
So these guys, they're in a Pilatus, I think. Which
Yes,
is
a PC-12, single engine, pretty high performance airplane, but
but much slower than an airliner.
right. He's not landed at 170, 180 knots.
So the rhythm then, if I get this right, the rhythm is he's cleared American to take off, and the Pilatus has just cleared the runway. American's going to take off.
Right.
But Delta's right there, and he's been eating up this Pilatus. So that there's some compression.
And the interesting thing is you heard earlier, a lot of the transmissions were Delta's clear to land, Americans in position.
Yeah.
There's always the exchange of traffic. What you didn't hear with the American takeoff clearance is where the traffic was the next arrival.
Yeah. A lot of times it's what you don't hear. They get you. All right.
Tower Southwest 356 with you on the ILS 33 left.
356, Boston Tower, 33 left, you're clear to land, traffic holds 27.
And they're even farther out than
Clear to
Delta.
land on
Correct.
33 left, Southwest 356.
Good speed, keep going, left on Tango there, please, and then left on Mike.
All right. Get
Left
left
on Tango, left on Mike, it's 30.
Thank you.
All right, here they come. Now, pause it right there because I got a question for you. He cleared American to take off a while ago. It feels like, right? Now we're pausing the audio, but I think it's like 20 or 30 seconds before American starts their takeoff roll. Does that mess you up?
It absolutely messes you up. Your assumption is, and when you assume things, bad things happen.
Yeah, that's true.
But your assumption is once you give the takeoff clearance, he's going to start rolling.
Right.
And I think the fact that there wasn't the exchange of traffic, it didn't really initiate in the American pilot's head the need to kind of start rolling.
Okay, so there's some blame to share here a little bit. The pilots could have started their takeoff roll sooner, but there's no hard and fast requirement for how long it takes them to push the power up.
Correct.
What could the tower have done differently to give them a heads up that these guys were on short final?
I think the takeoff clearance is American 2361 traffic 2-mile final for runway 33 left, runway 27 cleared for immediate takeoff.
Yeah. And what that does for me is when I'm sitting there and I just got cleared for takeoff, I immediately turn my head to the left and look out to see where that traffic is. And then I got that little internal, it's too tight, thing goes, you know what? I think I'm going to say unable, or we better get rolling. Right. And I don't think that happened here.
No, it appears
Okay.
it appears it didn't. And from my perspective, I'm giving you that information. I need you to start moving.
Right. Well, what could go wrong?
That's right.
We're going to find out. All right, Americans rolling.
Delta 2351 going around because of American. American 3161, where you going?
You cleared us for takeoff, 3161.
Okay. All right. So they're right on top of each other now. Americans rolling. They're at the intersection with runway 33. Delta's, he can't even hardly get it out. He's like, and I understand that because you don't go around very often. We practice it in the simulator all the time. But even in the simulator, it's a lot of a blah, 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 thing. Because you gotta push the power up, hit the toga buttons, flaps come up to 20, nose comes up real, and it's not what you were expecting. Your brain was already touching down. But good on Delta, because those guys were looking out and they saw American on the roll and went, hey, wait a minute, we're gonna run into these guys.
Right.
So they initiate the go around. But the curious part from my perspective is the question from the tower controller to American, right? Talk about that a little bit. What did you hear there?
So, it appears to me, because obviously I can't get in that controller's brain, where you going means, I didn't clear you for takeoff. What are you doing?
Right. So he forgot. He cleared it for takeoff.
Okay. And maybe because it's been such a long, the time lag in between the actual takeoff clearance and when he started moving,
Yeah.
he just may have forgotten about it.
So like 30 seconds in air traffic controller years is like how long?
Oh, yeah.
It's like an eternity.
It's an eternity.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's the ADD and ADHD part of your job.
The 60 second
that was 30 seconds ago. Why aren't you halfway to Los Angeles by now? Okay. So these guys just missed each other. Good on Delta. They're going around. Lots of silence.
Oh, yeah.
Delta 2351, turn right heading 360, maintain 3000.
Right turn, hey, 360, maintain 3000, Delta 2351.
All right. So he clears them on the go around. What's next?
American 3161, contact Boston departure.
First West America, 3161.
Okay. So I'm curious now at this point because I kind of halfway expected American to reject their takeoff. I don't know why. You don't normally hear a pilot while they're on the takeoff roll key up the mic and make a broadcast. I don't know if it was the captain or the FO, but somebody on that airplane said, but you cleared us for takeoff. So he clarifies that, but there's got to be some sort of confusion in the cockpit of did he or didn't he? Because he's calling and saying, where did you go? That would be petrifying to me on a takeoff roll. Because the first thing I would think of is, oh, crap. I didn't get cleared for takeoff and I'm rolling. But at some point, I'm going to go, you know what? Even if I wasn't, I'm going to keep going.
And we're taught to never talk to anybody during a departure roll.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason I'm calling an airplane that's rolling is to get you to stop, because if I don't get you to stop, you're going to hit something.
So the question, where are you going, was something that you probably wouldn't have done?
No. I mean, I wouldn't have done it because it's not going to accomplish anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that airplane's going.
Yeah.
So let's talk to him once he's up in the air.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me to do this video with you because I watched this a couple of days ago and I thought that was, first of all, they missed each other by about 300 feet vertically. And had the American been, I don't know, in a different position, they might have been rotating as well. This could have been a catastrophe, especially if Delta hadn't been heads up and seen it developing. I don't think American saw it developing. The air traffic controller could have helped him out a little bit with that, like got an airplane on 2-mile final, like you said, but he didn't. But again, every time I take a takeoff roll, especially when I'm in an airport, I was based at Boston for a dozen years, where they're threading the needle. I always look out on final to make sure I'm not about to have a conflict with somebody. It's easier during the day. Do you know if this is a daytime or nighttime?
I believe it's daytime.
Okay.
I think as a matter of fact, I remember, I think it happened between like 11 and 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it is. So daytime is easier because you can gauge how far an airplane is. At night, when there's a bright light out there, you can't it's hard to tell. So I'm even more cautious at night when I go, I'm not so sure, you know, I might call up and say unable, or, you know, well, hold on, let's let these guys land. I don't ever do that. I haven't ever done it very often, but it would be one of the possibilities, I guess, at this.
You know, the other thing is, even though we think, and we're just thinking,
Yeah.
that the controller forgot that he cleared American for takeoff, there's technology in that tower cab that when Delta's inside a mile final, that runway is going to illuminate on his ASDX display, which is the airport service detection equipment. And once American reaches a speed around 40 knots, that runway is going to illuminate. So all of a sudden you have crossing runways that are both lit up in red.
Right.
So the ASD is going to give an audible alarm in the tower that says, warning, runway 2733 converging.
Right.
In other words, they're converging targets. And when that ASD alerts, there's total silence in the tower cab.
I bet.
Yeah. Everybody, it's just goes dead quiet.
You get that the red warnings on your screen. Does that
Yes.
happen on the runway?
Well-
There's red warning lights on the runway too.
If the airport does have warning lights, they're both going to illuminate when either of those things happen. I don't think it'll illuminate a different color if, you know, they're both illuminated at the same time.
So I think based on this, because we didn't hear it or see any of that, I think they were just outside the parameters a little bit. Maybe American wasn't quite going 40 knots, and maybe Delta was just outside of a mile, and it didn't trigger the system.
Right. Or, you know, Delta's initiates his go around before the system is triggered or while that audible alert's going on. And the controller doesn't have to send him around because he's already said, I'm going around.
Fascinating. All right. I'm learning a lot from you.
And I'm learning a lot from you.
Okay, that's great. Well, folks, now you know. I'm Captain Steeve.
And I'm Kennedy Steve. And that's what happened.
We'll see you. Awesome.